In the theory of evolution of the species, Darwin didn't think about the humans because it cannot be studied from the biological perspective. It cannot be studied from the psychological perspective. It cannot be studied from the social perspective. It cannot be studied by any white people, science creator. You are judging the other races from the superiority of putting the rules. You're never playing their game. You always came with the board and say, we're gonna play this game. And maybe they win, doesn't matter, you kill them. Maybe they lose, I get everything. That's how the evolution of the species has been working. The first ones connected with the land in the animal natural way were our ancestors, whoever they were, and then the black people. But in the black people there were hundreds of different black people, and the evolution comes only from less than 10% of those black people coming out of Africa. So in that diversity that we think we are, it is nothing compared with the diversity of the black people in Africa. Someone from Sweden has many more connections with someone in Tokyo, born and raised for generations, than many African people. So we are taking the spiral in 2 dimensions, and it's such a horrible unidimensional limitation that even scientists don't know about this. You don't need to be a scientist to know about this. You just need to have a car accident and seeing everything, the whole experience from inside, outside, and even you are the car if you want. So the way I feel for the Indians, all my life, since I was 5, one of my first costumes in my life was Indian. I always thought they were the good ones. And when I discovered that I was loving the bad ones, it was like a collapse. It's like when I was a child, some people were Atletico de Madrid and some of the people Real Madrid. Followers, supporters. And there were so many different values. And some of them was like, for children, it's like Real Madrid, it was like more rich, posh, and cheating, and it's like more authorized. Probably, I don't know if that was my view, I had many other views, but I was never the victim. Never. And it was easy to be a follower of Real Madrid. I was Athletic Bilbao. But not for any reason. I was born in Santander, and probably Racing de Santander was not in the Premier League. But I stopped following the football. I think I stopped following all the adult world when I decided not to do the First Communion. I didn't, for many reasons. It was not because I was against anything. No, I am not against this God or anything. I don't care. I don't feel anything like that. I don't believe in anything like that. But it was not that, because I could still do it for all the gifts. But I didn't want to do it for the gifts either. Because I didn't want to be like the center of attention in there. I didn't want to be in any of the whole planned situation. It was not attractive for me at all. I was the Indian, I was the savage. I was enjoying climbing trees. in the town. You don't need to be in a small village. I was lucky enough to have more land, public land, than most of the people in Madrid. I was grown up in Eden. It was like being in a small town. But then people were traveling and spending their holidays in a small town. And they have another crazy, amazing life. Playing like children. I was in the town, and the only attractive thing was the cinema. And then the rest, the nature, the beaches, the semi-forest. I was always doing the same thing. Ocean, beach, walking the pine trees, sitting down in front of the ocean, not knowing what meditation was. Being always insulted or judged by other people because of my aspect, that I didn't give a shit about what they thought. They think that their hate is going to affect me. I don't want you to hate me, but I'm not going to suffer because you hate me, or because you don't know me and you think that you hate me. But it's part of the game. I've been speaking about all these individual different groups in the scenario of the board of the game, and I am the holder of all the games, and then you decide when you play, with who, how, and for how long. And then people will say, you are a psychopath because you have no emotions. When you connect with me at a higher level than emotions, then you don't need to play with me anymore. You have your new life on your own if you want it, or you can share it with me. But there is no possession. It's ridiculous. We are giving people what they are. Then they react against that like you are allergic to yourself. You are fighting against your system. Stop struggling. Relax, calm down, disappear. Rest in peace.